Right, the immigration crisis isn't only about law enforcement or sometimes the lack thereof. There's also a big humanitarian aspect to what's going on along the southern border. And we have the video to prove it. In March, NewsNation was there when the Terrell County Sheriff rescued an emotional teenager left behind by smugglers. Well, today we went back to the spot where we found 18-year-old Hector Desperate, hungry and alone in one of the world's most unforgiving areas of the southern border. He said he had been abandoned by the smugglers he had paid to get him across the border because he was moving too slowly.
Me dejaron desde esos cerros, tuve que atravesar desde allá para acá buscar en el rancho ayuda.
Officials say Hector would likely have died that day had they not found him. Remember, Hector was traveling to Indianapolis in the hopes of reaching his father, who lives there. It is a dangerous reality for many migrants hoping to find refuge in the United States and are using cartels to get them across the border, often because the cartels give them no other choice. Hundreds of people die every year making the trek. Hector was one of the lucky ones. NewsNation correspondent Ali Bradley is at the Texas border. Ali, we've heard now from the sheriff. How's Hector doing?
Yeah, he's been in communication with Hector here, Elizabeth, more than a month later, of course. And when we talk about illegal immigration, we talk about the southern border. We often get lost when it comes to the humanity of it all. That's something that we often don't talk about, but it's something that is undeniable when it came to Hector and what he went through. Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, he spent 26 years in the Border Patrol. Now he's a sheriff down here in Terrell County. And he says his interaction with Hector, he's had a lot of them. It's one like he has never experienced before. Take a listen.
Hector mentioned that he was wanting to go into the Mexican army, and then he was dissuaded from that by the cartel. And then, of course, what was going on in the community he's from is the reason his family decided to get him out of that area. For me, and based on everything that I've seen as far as my career at the Border Patrol, what he told us, I would think that he would definitely be someone that would qualify for that sort of political relief, political asylum, versus many of the others that are coming to our borders in Eagle Pass, Del Rio, El Paso, and points further west that are seeking asylum.
So, Elizabeth, now Sheriff Cleveland does tell us that he's been in communication with officials in Mexico and Puebla, where Hector is from. He's also been in communication with members of Hector's family. Right now, he's working with them to figure out if they would, in fact, qualify for asylum and how he can potentially assist them there in that endeavor, if that's the route they choose to take.
Yeah, that's a story we're hearing a lot, Ali. I know you're hearing it, too. Some people really are trying to flee gang violence and these cartels who are pressuring these young boys and men. You know, you got to join us and commit crimes for us or we're going to kill you. So they try and escape. Fascinating interview. It's great that you've kept in touch with Sheriff Cleveland, and it's great he's kept in touch with Hector. Really interesting. All right. Thanks, Ali. All right, tune in Thursday for a special edition of Dan Abrams Live. NewsNation will be live at the border with Ali and many others. Dan will talk to border authorities as they patrol in real time. Conversations with police departments across the country examining the border crisis. That is Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.